The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights. Violation of human rights in counter-terrorism operations. The Office of the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights, based in Geneva, works to promote and protect the human rights of all the citizens of the world, guaranteeing their basic human rights and the protection of life at all costs. This year in the Moon 2010, the topic that will be debated in the OHCHR involves every country of the world and safety of every citizen of the world. The September 11th attack on the United States, the 2008 Mumbai shootings and bombings, and the periodic suicide bombers attacks in Iraq are only a taste of the terrorist acts occurred in the 21st century, even though the United Nations has not yet agreed upon a definition for terrorism. However, terrorists affect countries and people around the world almost daily, creating fear in societies and violence in governments and external policies. No country is immune to terrorism, and because terrorism harms people physically and psychologically, it has become a very important social issue that this committee is obligated to address. In the fight against terrorism, the rights of terrorist detainees are an issue of great contention. One of the most relevant consequences of the fight against terrorism is the social claim for short-term and urgent measures. In this context, states justify their counterterrorism tactics, even if they clearly violate the most fundamental human rights. The key issues of the topic are how countries have been accused of violating human rights when implementing counterterrorism operations. How should the United Nations address human rights violations committed by nations in the name of counterterrorism? And how can the UN prevent future abuses while preventing terrorism? These three issues will put national security and human rights on the table, making delegates question themselves which one will play an important role in their country. We invite you to protect every citizen in the world's human rights and fight terrorism.